He rose from outcast to emperor, but he never wore a crown, but was officially enthroned as Genghis Khan in 1206 during a grand Kurultai, which was a form of coronation. Genghis Khan built the largest land empire in history, without palaces, without feasts, without peace. This is the brutal, wild, and strangely human life of the man who changed the world. Born as Temujin in 1162, other sources suggest in 1155 or in 1167, betrayal came early, before he could understand loyalty. His father, Yesugei, was likely poisoned by the Tatars. After his death, the Tayechud clan abandoned Temujin's family, which forced them into extreme poverty. As a boy, he scavenged the harsh steppe for food and fought to survive alongside his siblings. But by sheer force of will, he rose, not just by the sword, but by loyalty and merit. He aimed to dismantle the traditional aristocratic lineage, created a more unified meritocratic and united Mongol clans under his command. Even as ruler of a vast empire, Genghis Khan lived in a yurt, wore simple robes, and slept on the open steppe. He ate with his men, rode with his generals, and bled with his army. He rejected gold and silk for fur, felt, and freedom. His food was not luxury, it was survival. The Mongol diet was rich in meat, horse, mutton, and goat. They drank arag, fermented mare's milk, sour and alcoholic. They ate curdled yogurt, cheese, and slivers of animal fat to endure the harsh winters. On long campaigns, in dire situations, they would open a horse's vein and drink its blood, just enough to survive and keep riding. No sugar, no wheat, no spices, just raw fuel for endless war. But Genghis Khan didn't just conquer cities, he conquered bloodlines. After victories, he took noblewomen as wives and concubines, a display of dominance and diplomacy. His chief wife, Berta, was his anchor, but he had hundreds of partners, many from royal bloodlines across Asia. These unions weren't only personal, they were political strategies. His sons and grandsons continued the custom, fathering children across Eurasia, and science caught up centuries later. The 2003 genetic study by Zergel et al. Did find a genetic marker shared by 8% of men in a large area of Asia, suggesting descent from a common ancestor. That man was almost certainly Genghis Khan. He didn't just reshape the world, he rewrote its genetic code. But even warlords need moments of stillness. So how did Genghis Khan unwind? He loved listening to music, especially the morinkhor, a traditional Mongol horsehead fiddle. He gathered his warriors for storytelling, archery contests, and wrestling matches under the stars. Mongols were excellent horsemen, but also fierce gamesmen. After victory feasts, he enjoyed drinking fermented mare's milk and discussing history, ancestry, and war tactics with his generals. Genghis Khan died in 1227 under mysterious circumstances, some say from wounds, others from a fall. According to legend, his burial site remains the greatest lost tomb in history. To keep it secret, all who attended the burial were killed, the ground trampled by horses until no trace remained. But his presence lives on, in maps, in genes, in military textbooks. He unified warring tribes, built a courier network across Eurasia, and opened the Silk Road to the world. Genghis Khan didn't live like a king. He lived like a storm, and even 8 centuries later, the wind of his empire still howls. The echoes of Genghis Khan's empire still reverberate today, challenging us to rethink what it truly means to lead and to win. Please like, share, and subscribe for interesting history bites.